From the rising of the sun to its going down, the Lord's name is to be praised. Let us open our hearts to his presence and listen for his voice in the stillness of this evening hour. Our evening sacrifice, God's Last Day Church, March 30th, the special authority of God's church. The church is one foundation, is Jesus Christ our Lord. She is his new creation by water and the word. From heaven he came and sought her, to be his holy bride. With his own blood he bought her, and for her life he died. The special authority of God's church. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, thou shalt be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. Matthew 11, verses 22 and 23. God has invested his church with special authority and power, which no one can be justified in disregarding and despising, for in so doing he despises the voice of God. God has bestowed the highest power under heaven upon his church. It is the voice of God in his united people in church capacity which is to be respected. I was confirmed in all I had stated in Minneapolis, that a reformation must go through the churches. Reforms must be made, for spiritual weakness and blindness were upon the people, who had been blessed with great light and precious opportunities and privileges. As reformers, they had come out of the denominational churches, but they now act a part similar to that which the churches acted. We hoped that there would not be the necessity for another coming out. This is the only known statement from the pen of Ellen White, indicating that she might have lost confidence in the Seventh-day Adventist Church organization. The doubt which she expressed here was never repeated during the remaining 26 years of her life. While we will endeavor to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bonds of peace, we will not with pen or voice cease to protest against bigotry. Of those who boast of their light and yet fail to walk in it, Christ says, "But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, Seventh-day Adventist, who have had great light, which art exalted unto heaven in point of privilege, shall be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day." The church is in the Laodicean state. The presence of God is not in their midst. The General Conference is itself becoming corrupted with wrong sentiments and principles. Men have taken unfair advantage of those whom they supposed to be under their jurisdiction. They were determined to bring the individuals to their terms. They would rule or ruin. The high-handed power that has been developed as though position has made men gods makes me afraid and ought to cause fear. It is a curse wherever and by whomever it is exercised. There are altogether too many weighty responsibilities given to a few men, and some do not make God their counselor. What do these men know of the necessities of the work in foreign countries? How can they know how to decide the questions which come to them asking for information? It would require 3 months for those in foreign countries to receive a response to their questions, even if there was no delay in writing. Those living in distant countries will not do that which their judgment tells them is right unless they first send for permission to Battle Creek. Before they will advance, they await yes or no from that place. It is not wise to choose one man as president of the General Conference. The work of the General Conference has extended, and some things have been made unnecessarily complicated. A want of discernment has been shown. There should be a division of the field, or some other plan should be devised to change the present order of things. The Seventh-day Adventist Church was organized in 1863 with 3,500 members, half a dozen local conferences, about 30 ministerial laborers, and a General Conference committee of 3. The General Conference president was well able to provide the leadership and counsel required by such a small organization. He would personally attend every important meeting and in addition give personal attention to much of the business connected with the publishing work. However, by 1896, the work of the church had greatly expanded in the United States and extended to Europe, Australia, and Africa as well. It was no longer possible for one man to give adequate supervision and direction to such a wide-spreading work. Ellen White urged a division of the field so that our church members around the world would not look to just one man for counsel. This was accomplished by the creation of union conferences and world divisions. Elect from every nation, yet one o'er all the earth, a charter of salvation, one Lord, one faith, one birth, one holy name she blesses, partakes one holy food, and to one hope she presses, with every grace endued. This passage was taken from Last Day Events, page 47 to 50, or Evening Sacrifice, March 30th. I encourage you to connect with God and receive strength to overcome obstacles each day. Thank you for listening. Please join us tomorrow as we offer up our evening sacrifice.